Listen, if you've been walking, doing squats, and squeezing your glutes, but still not seeing any real change, I need you to hear this. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you're too old. There's one critical piece missing, and without it, your glutes simply won't grow. Here's what's really happening. Most people over 50 are doing everything they've been told to do. More squats, walk every day, keep moving. But here's the truth nobody wants to admit. If your pelvis is out of alignment, your body physically can't use your glutes the way it should. You're not building strength. You're actually making the problem worse. In this video, I'm going to show you something most fitness videos completely ignore. A simple movement that doesn't just warm up your hips, it actually resets them. And once that happens, your glutes can finally work the way they're supposed to. This is where everything changes. After that, I'll show you what might be the single best glute exercise for anyone over 50. One that shapes, lifts, and protects your hips like nothing else. But first, we need to fix the foundation, because until you do this, no amount of squats will help your glutes. Why your glutes stopped working, and why it's not your fault. If you're over 50 and someone's told you your glutes are weak, I want you to know something right now. This isn't your fault. The problem is simple. Most fitness advice out there is designed for 20-year-olds, not for bodies like yours. That advice usually focuses on working harder instead of fixing what's actually broken. It's all about more reps instead of restoring proper movement. This video is different. We're taking a smarter approach based on real science, not trends. Research from the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity shows that as we get older, we don't just lose muscle. We lose the ability to properly activate key muscles like the glute medius and minimus. These are the exact muscles that keep your pelvis stable and your hips strong. A study from 2022 in the European Journal of Clinical Physiology found that pelvic misalignment becomes super common after 50. Especially if you've spent years sitting at a desk or dealing with poor posture. What happens? Your body starts shifting pressure away from your glutes and onto your lower back, knees, and thighs. But here's the good news. This isn't permanent. You can retrain your body. You can rebuild strength and shape in a way that actually works for your age. Before we go further, drop a comment and let me know where you're watching from. What's your name? I'd love to know who's here with me today. Why doing the right thing might be holding you back. Let's be real. Most of us over 50 have been told the same basic formula. Walk more. Do squats if you can. Squeeze your glutes to keep them active. Sounds good, right? But here's what nobody tells you. If your glutes aren't firing in the right order, none of that actually works. In fact, you might be making your imbalances worse, not better. A 2021 study from the Journal of Functional Movement Science discovered something important. Most adults over 50 unconsciously shift tension away from their glutes and into their lower back and thighs during basic movements like squats. Not because they're doing the exercise wrong, but because their pelvis isn't stable and their deep glute muscles have shut off. This is exactly why so many people work hard and see zero results. You're building on top of a broken foundation. So what's the answer? It's not more reps. It's not heavier weights. It's not fancy equipment. It's a smarter sequence. The 3-step system that actually works after 50. Step 1. Reset the pelvis. Fix your alignment so your glutes can actually turn on. Step 2. Stabilize. Wake up the deep glute muscles that control balance and posture. Step 3. Strengthen, build real shape, lift, and power that lasts. Next, I'm going to show you a simple movement that unlocks this entire system, and your results completely depend on doing it first. Step 3. Reset your pelvis. The missing link nobody talks about. Let me be crystal clear about this. Until your pelvis is centered, your glutes are disconnected. You could do squats, bridges, kickbacks, and lunges every single day. But if your pelvis is tilted, rotated, or unstable, those movements won't reach the right muscles. This is why so many people over 50 say the same things. My glutes don't activate. My hips feel uneven. My legs do all the work. My lower back hurts after I exercise. This isn't weakness, it's misfiring. Your body has forgotten how to move in the right sequence. And the main culprit: external pelvic rotation. This is a subtle postural shift that happens over time, especially from years of sitting, poor walking habits, and not enough side-to-side movement. This rotation turns off your glute medius and minimus, destabilizes your hip, and creates what looks like flat or weak glutes. A 2021 study in gait and posture found that pelvic misalignment directly reduces glute activation and increases stress on your lower spine and knees, especially in people over 50. But here's the amazing part: your body can remember what it forgot. You just have to send it the right signal. And it starts with one simple drill, the reset drill. Rock back with crossover position. This movement isn't fancy, but it's incredibly powerful. Here's exactly how to do it. Start on your hands and knees in a tabletop position. Hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Cross one ankle over the opposite calf. This creates a gentle internal rotation in your pelvis, which is the key to resetting alignment. Take a breath in through your nose. As you breathe out, slowly rock your hips back toward your heels. Keep your spine straight. Don't round your back. Pause for a moment at the end. Then breathe in as you return to the starting position. Repeat this for 30 smooth, controlled reps. Do 2 to 3 sets on each side, once or twice a day. Important tips: keep your weight balanced through your arms. Don't let your chest collapse. Breathe fully. This is part muscle work, part nervous system reset. Common mistakes to avoid: don't rock too fast. This isn't a stretch. Don't let your knee twist inward. Keep it aligned. Don't hold your breath. This movement is a reset button, not a workout. This simple drill is what allows everything else you do to finally work the way it should. Now that your foundation is aligned, it's time to stabilize it and wake up the muscles that protect your hips from the inside out. Step 2. Side plank and leg lift. The stability you didn't know you lost. You fixed the foundation. Now it's time to lock it in. Your pelvis is no longer misaligned, but that doesn't mean it's stable yet. And when you're over 50, this makes all the difference. Think about how often you lose your balance, stepping off a curb, turning too quickly, slipping a little while carrying groceries. These aren't just accidents, they're signals that your glute medius and minimus, those deep hip muscles, have gone quiet. These muscles don't make your jeans fit bare, they don't move heavy weights, but they do keep your pelvis level, your knees from caving in, and your spine from overworking. And once they shut off, everything else suffers. Studies in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy show that reduced glute medius function directly leads to poor balance, increased fall risk, difficulty standing on one leg, knee and hip instability, and slower walking speed. Even worse, walking doesn't fix this. Squats barely touch it. Most exercises don't activate these muscles at all. But this one does. Why this drill works: the side plank leg lift is a 2-in-1 move. It activates the bottom glute to hold the plank and the top glute to lift the leg. This mirrors real-world movement, especially the side-to-side control that declines rapidly after age 50. A 2020 study using muscle sensors ranked this move as one of the best activators of glute medius and minimus, even better than clamshells and leg raises. It looks simple, but when done slowly and correctly, just 5 reps per side can wake up muscles you haven't felt in years. How to perform the side plank and leg lift: lie on your side with your elbow directly under your shoulder. Stack your legs or place the top foot slightly forward for balance. Engage your core and lift your hips off the floor into a side plank. while keeping your hips lifted and body straight. Slowly lift your top leg. Only go as high as you can without twisting your pelvis. Pause at the top for 2 seconds. Lower with control. Aim for 5 to 8 reps per side. Quick tips. If the full side plank is too hard, start with your knees bent. Keep your chest facing forward. Don't roll backward. Breathe deeply. Exhale when you lift the leg. Inhale when you lower it. Avoid dropping your hips, holding your breath, or rushing the movement. This is the bridge between stability and strength. When you can hold yourself steady without shaking or compensating, you're finally ready to train real power. And that brings us to the final movement, the one that gives your glutes not just function, but actual form. Step 1. The supported single leg RDL, the king of glute exercises after 50. This is the movement everything has been building toward. It's not flashy. It's not extreme, but it's powerful, precise, and transformational. The single-leg Romanian deadlift, or RDL, may be the most effective glute exercise ever studied, especially for activating all 3 glute muscles at once. But here's what most people miss. It only works when your pelvis is aligned and your deep stabilizers are turned on. That's why we started with the reset. That's why we trained the side stabilizers. Now, with the foundation set, it's time to train real strength. Why it works so well, unlike regular two-leg exercises, the single-leg RDL challenges your balance and coordination. It loads the glutes in the stretch phase, where most muscle growth happens. It trains hip stability, hamstring control, and full back body engagement. And it mimics real-life challenges like reaching, bending, and catching your balance. A 2023 analysis in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning found that the single-leg RDL activated glute max, glute medius, and glute minimus at the highest levels, better than squats, lunges, or deadlifts, especially when form and load are controlled. Even better, it's scalable. With just your body weight and light support from a chair or wall, this move becomes accessible even to beginners over 50, while still delivering top-tier results. Why support is not cheating? Too many people skip this movement because of balance issues. But here's the truth. Support doesn't reduce muscle activation. It removes fear. When you feel safe, your nervous system can finally let the glutes fire fully, instead of holding back to protect unstable joints. Use the support. Earn the control. Then grow from there. How to perform the supported single-leg RDL. Stand tall next to a chair, table, or wall for light fingertip support. Shift your weight to one leg. Keep a soft bend in the knee, foot rooted. Your other leg is straight and extends behind you as a counterbalance. Hinge at the hips, keeping your spine long and pelvis low. Lower your torso forward as your back leg lifts behind you. Go only as low as you can without rounding your spine or twisting your hips. Pause briefly at the bottom. Engage your glutes to return to standing in one controlled motion. Perform 8 to 10 reps per leg. 2 to 3 sets. Key tips: keep your hips square. Point your back toe toward the ground. Lead the motion with your heel driving back, not your chest falling forward. Use your glutes, not your back, to come up. Avoid rushing, twisting your hips, or gripping too hard with your support hand. This is the move that shapes, strengthens, and protects all in one. It trains movement, not just muscles. And when done consistently, it can transform not just how your glutes look, but how your entire body moves. This is how you build a body that doesn't just age. It evolves. Important note: this video is for educational purposes only. It's not medical advice. Always consult your doctor or physical therapist before starting any new exercise program, especially if you have existing health conditions. You don't need to train like you're 20. You don't need to chase pain to prove you're strong. You need a system that respects your age and honors your potential. The truth is, your glutes aren't gone. They're not broken. They're just waiting for the right signal in the right order. Reset your foundation. Stabilize your structure. Then grow with confidence, control, and power. It's not about catching up. It's about reconnecting to your strength, your body, and your future. You're not too late. You're just getting started. Was this helpful? Drop a comment below with your first name, age, and where you're watching from. Tell me which of these 3 exercises surprised you the most and which one are you starting today. Your story might inspire someone else to move,